Before people cultivated wheat, it grew in the wild for tens of thousands of years. Natural crossbreeding between varieties meant that some traits were passed on, while other traits were left behind. But now, thanks to modern genetic science, that ancient grain is getting a second chance. Will Zaria is managing director of the Wheat Genetics Resource Center.
What the researchers do is they'll grow out these wild wheats and they'll cross these wild wheats and they'll say, whoa, this is very resistant to said virus, for instance. So the most recent tangible deliverable would be the wheat streak mosaic virus 3 that came out in fall of 2016. Our researchers were able to discover a gene that was not present in wheat and actually bring that from this ancient wheat and bring that into bread wheat.
And it's not just disease resistance. Zaria says some of these ancient varieties could survive in extremely harsh environments.
Drought and heat is a huge part of why the seed companies are at the table, is that these wild species are well known to have a lot of drought and heat tolerance capability, and so being able to move that kind of genetics into modern bread wheat is very valuable to them.
And valuable to millers and bakers as well. Zaria says some of these ancient grains have as much as 30% protein.
Like, what if that's where we're getting our protein from, is from this ancient grain as part of an ingredient for a manufactured food or a flour or whatever it might be. So that's where a lot of value that these milling and food companies see, is that they can join with us. We can screen these different wild varieties, these wild wheat species, for these unique flavor, nutrition profiles, functional ingredients, and then we can actually develop those down the road where it can actually be handed to a breeder and it could create these new novel wheats.
Will Zaria with WGRC, bringing the past into the future. Reporting for the Oklahoma Wheat Commission and Oklahoma Genetics Incorporated, I'm Don Atkinson.